ladies, let's talk about Karen Brennan. Because Karen Brennan, for whatever reason on Wednesday on Misery Loves Company, tried to ruin my show. Now, we've been talking about this for a while. Very excited that Stuttering John and myself, 1v1 debate. We got to talk a little bit on Misery Loves Company a month ago, but this was going to be just him and me. And he said he was doing research on me, and he's got all these questions. He's going to expose me and my hypocrisies. You know, he's the hypocrisy police over there.
It's one of his jobs.
People were looking forward to this. They're looking forward to this debate that we are going to have. Well, for some reason, and not just some reason, I know exactly why Karen did this, and we'll get into it.
Exactly.
But Karen decided to... You trolling me on my own show, Tookie?
No. Just making sure people know I'm hitting points.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So this is Karen Brennan trying to actively ruin my show.
I need your advice here.
I don't like people talking shit behind your back and then be like, and then Carl's going to act like he's your best pal when you do his fucking show.
And that's why. You tell me, should I do this or not?
No, fuck no.
All right, then I'm not doing it.
What is he paying you?
We're just going to split the super.
See, this is the thing about Karen. I can't believe that's where his head goes. What's Carl paying you? What difference does it make to you? Why do you care? What's it to do with fucking anything? I know why he's mad, because he paid John $3,000. He way overpaid for John, because now everyone's getting John. John's so overexposed now. He's everywhere.
Yeah.
And so Kevin's going, why the fuck did I shell out $3,000 for this asshole? Is that every fucking stream now?
Yep. John was the worst NFT ever.
Yes.
Just a scam.
Bad investment. You're right.
But even at the beginning of that clip, Karen says, oh, I hate that he'll talk behind your back and then pretend he's your best friend when he's on your show. That's exactly what Kevin is doing right now. He always calls John a buffoon when he isn't on.
Why isn't the hypocrisy police calling him out on that?
That's a very good point. That's a very good point, because I didn't understand this thing where Karen's decided that I was going to be his best friend when we got on a show together. Like, I don't know why he thought that. I don't know why he thinks that. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, a guy who self-admittedly doesn't have friends.
He doesn't even like friends.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, do I have to give the guy a rusty trombone?
Yes,
I've already heard from Joey C and a bunch of other people. This is all a big
Joey C.
Bob and Stu, Bob and a.
Wait, you're taking the counsel of Joey C?
No, but so if it is, I won't fucking do it because I don't need it.
No, say you need a guarantee of 1,000, and then he can have what's left over because.
So now Karen is actively trying to take money out of my pocket for some reason. I don't know how that helps him in any single way. And the reason why I'm playing these clips to set this up, because we are going to show that Karen's decided to completely rewrite history. A day later, he comes back and changes this entire thing, how everything went down. So we're watching this right now. Thank you, Drunk on Cringe, for putting this together. We're watching what happened. John comes on his show. This is an hour before we're supposed to start our show. And by the way, Karen, the reason why we were doing our show at 6 p.m. Eastern was because I didn't want to compete with Misery Loves Company. So we wanted to do it after your show, and we had it all planned out. At 5 o'clock, an hour before the show, John pops on, and I'm prepping for the show. I have no idea what's going on. I just have Misery Loves Company in the background, and all of a sudden I see John pop up, and John's like, should I do this show? And Kevin's like, no, definitely not. I'm like, what the fuck? The fuck is going on right now?
Because Carl's going to lie to you. He's going to say YouTube and Apple, everybody's taking their cut, and this is all that's left over.
All right, now Kevin has decided I'm going to lie to Stuttering John. That's a weird thing to say, too. Why do you make up that I'm going to lie to Stuttering John about how much money we made? I showed him all of the accounting after we got done. Thankfully, this actually did end up happening.
Yeah.
I want to thank Alex Stein, I think, for helping me.
So first he's like, don't do the show. If you do the show, get more money. And just so you know, Carl's going to rip you off.
Yeah. And the fact that
trifecta.
The fact that Karen thinks that I'm going to rip him off makes me think that, like, maybe KB is a liar and lies about shit. Because why else would you think that? Unless that's something that you would do. And listen, I'm sorry, Karen, that your pilot didn't get picked up. I actually thought it was pretty good. I watched it. It wasn't bad. But now you're in my world, KB. Now we're on the same level. And the fact that you think you know me or know anything about me, that I'd be dishonest with John, I make enough fucking money. I don't need to steal from Stuttering John. I'm good.
That's what anybody would do.
That's what anybody would do.
To be quite honest, I'd rather watch the Yankees and Mets.
Adam, what should he do? Adam, what should he do?
Please, Adam.
Yeah, I think the guarantee is a good idea.
All right. This is fucking insane. So John then blocks me on Twitter. Well, we were DMing, setting this up. And as I'm watching this happen, he goes on and writes, all right, I'm not doing the show, and then blocks me, so I can't even respond to him. And he's doing this while he's on the show. He tells Kevin, all right, I blocked him, I'm done with this. And then he leaves. So I am screaming at them to send me the link. I email Adam, like, please send me the link. They decide to let me on the show. And I know this gets confusing when I'm playing clips of me. So I'll just tell you right now that this is me from this past Wednesday, right before I was supposed to go on with Stuttering John on the Who Are These Podcasts YouTube channel.
Play the clip, Adam.
Dude, that was fucked up.
I didn't know. I didn't know he's going to really literally take my advice. But
I know what I said, but it's not true.
No, he's using it as an excuse to say, "Oh, look, Kevin told me not to."
Yeah, but if you're gonna have him on, don't shit on him for a week. Just
he didn't really shit on him. He was on today. He didn't shit on him really at all.
Shit on him. Carl's been doing it for years. I've enjoyed it.
But you guys, he was interviewing this Lisa Jordana is a fucking loser, and you act like he's a loser. She's a fucking gigantic loser. She doesn't fuck anybody. She's like I'm watching the clip, and you guys are right. I didn't women ever come from intercourse. It's like she's a loser. She's trying to marry Andy Dick or whatever the fuck. And then you guys act like just leave John alone till he fucking goes back to school and then shit on him again.
Karen is scrambling right here. So all of a sudden we're talking about how Elisa Jordana is a loser? What's that to do with anything? I just watched you on the show tell John to take more of my money and to not do the show. And he's going, well, yeah, but Carl, Elisa Jordana... Because what happened was I posted a clip from our podcast that we had done the previous weekend where we made fun of John interviewing Elisa Jordana, trying to be Howard Stern and not pulling it off at all. Right. And Kevin's whole point is, and I don't know why he thinks this, that I shouldn't have posted that video because I had an interview with John later that day. I don't understand how those two things connect in Karen's mind, because John is doing a show called Hypocrisy Police on a daily basis, calling me out for everything. This is what's going on right now. Yeah. But I was supposed to be nice to John for 7 days before we do the show.
Until he goes back to school.
So I'm sorry. That was me live again just now. Now I'm going to go back to the clip. I know this is confusing, but this is back to me on MLC.
I don't understand. You guys can't do anything else but Stuttering John.
We have a lot of stuff.
How about Stancil? How about Fonzie over here at Stancil?
Shuli was covering me yesterday, I saw, which is sad, really. Sorry, but
yeah,
I'll take
we ran out of material.
Yeah, I know.
So, Kevin, I'm sorry I'm not running my show the way that I'm supposed to. I didn't realize I had to run things through you first to figure out how to do my own fucking show over here. John and I have been building up to this. He's been talking shit about me. He's got his Hypocrisy Police show. He goes on and rags on me nonstop. I'm ragging on him. We're going to do a show together, one-on-one debate. My producer's not here. No one else is in this house right now. It's just going to be me and him. And all of a sudden, you guys are filling him with all this fucking shit. Oh, it's going to be this whole thing. They're all going to gang up on him. That was never the case. He's doing research on me. You guys are fucking making shit up and telling him the shit and giving him an out. It's fucked up.
What were you going to pay him? What are you going to pay him?
It's one-on-one.
Let's talk about the pay.
Yeah, that's the other fucking thing, too. Thanks for... We already negotiated the deal, John and I.
Exactly.
And then you're going in there and going... By the way, an hour before the show, oh, you got to renegotiate that deal, John. You're taking money out of my pocket? Why, KB? What the fuck? I know you're pissed you paid him $3,000, but I think I did a pretty good job for you on that episode. I made it interesting, because after I left, you guys had nothing to fucking talk about. All right. Sorry.
It's impressive that you got all that in.
Well, KB is a deer in headlights.
Yeah. Well, like you said, he's scrambling.
Yeah.
He's trying to deflect.
The other thing that happened, and this is really the crux of it, aside from the fact that he paid $3,000 for John and he's pissed about that, he's got some buyer's remorse on that front. Aside from that, I went on Shuli's show that morning, Wednesday morning, and I went on there to promote this show. I know KB doesn't realize this, but the BS show is doing very good numbers now. And so I can talk to, I think there was 4,000 views by that afternoon of my appearance on Shuli's show, promoting the show that I'm doing live, trying to get as many eyeballs as possible. So I explained to KB that I was on there to promote the show, and I think that KB's just mad because he doesn't like Shuli. So he's mad at me, even though Bob, who's the fucking B in BS, is sitting right next to him. But he's mad at me for going on that show. And it's insane.
He was friends with you first.
Play the clip.
I know. Is that...
It's the common factor, Carl. They all want to be your friend.
Well, I don't think...
All of them.
I don't think Karen wants to be my friend anymore.
I think he does.
Rochester. You're good at your job. Shuley sucks. I don't know why you do his fucking show, but I feel like you guys are all in cahoots, and I'm sick of it.
I'm promoting my show, Kevin. There's over 1,000 people watching live to that this morning. I'm promoting this big show that I've been building
because you were on. If you're not on, it gets 400 people.
It doesn't matter. I'm promoting the fucking show on their show. And KB, I'll tell you this. Chad Zubak goes, KB doesn't have a personality. I go, it's because he doesn't want to talk to you, Chad. I had your fucking back on that show. And meanwhile, you're going out here and telling Stuttering John he should take more of my money and not even do the show and go watch the fucking Yankees game. The Yankees fucking suck, John. They're not making the playoffs this year. Get over it.
Yeah.
Okay, John, I changed my mind. Do the show, but still get a guarantee.
Oh, that's the other thing, too. So John's like, I can only do an hour because I got to watch the Yankees-Mets game, which is fine. I'm a sports fan. I mean, it's baseball. There's 162 games. You can miss the first few innings, but okay, whatever. That's what he wants to do. So because of what I just did there, I said the Yankees aren't going to make the playoffs. They're in last place. It's a tough division. But anyway, not the point. The point is, John wants to bet me whether or not the Yankees are going to make the playoffs now. He wants to get a $100 bet going on whether the Yankees are going to.
$100?
Yeah.
That's 3 figures.
It's so fucking stupid. All right. Let's get into the next day. Karen is doing, I guess, damage control here because he knows the way he came off. Not good. Not good at all. So thankfully, Bob Levy for Life calls him out with a super chat. So this is now fast forward. Oh, I should mention. So what happens after this? John blocks me, says he's not going to do the show. And I start sending out links to people because I'm going to do a show where we talk about how John is a pussy and bailed. Because I don't know what else to do. I've been promoting this. And so I text John and I say, John, you're being a pussy. Come on the show. Or something like that. So then John texts me back and goes, okay, I'll be there. I was like, whoa, holy shit, that's amazing. And he did show up, and we did do the show, and it is up on our Patreon. He claims, well, actually, Alex Stein told me that he called John. He was watching this. He called John and said, John, you have to do Carl's show. So thank you, Alex Stein, for doing that. So the show did end up happening. So everything worked out, despite Kevin Brennan, because KB was definitely trying to sabotage it. He did everything he could to sabotage this. And so this is Bob Levy for Life calling him out.
Bob Levy for Life. Oh, wow. $27.99 Canadian. Hatred is like drinking poison and then waiting for it to kill your enemy. Hatred is like drinking. Mike, can you shut the fuck up? Hatred is like drinking poison and then waiting for it to kill your enemy. Congrats, KB. You've turned into what you claim Shirley is. Never take food off another man's table, period. Punk move. First of all, I did more for that piece of shit show by doing what I did than anything else they could have done, Bob Lee for Life. So go fuck yourself with all due respect. You think Carl coming on my show and John coming on my show didn't help their show? You fucking maroon. And what is Carl's show? Doesn't Carl watch clips of other podcasts and then comment on them? That's all I did. I watched Carl's show, a clip of Carl's show that Carl put out. It wasn't put out by somebody else. Carl's dumb enough, the day of his big interview, he puts out a clip of him shitting on Stuttering John. I just thought it was an odd choice. So I said, that's really, really stupid for Stuttering John, for him to shit on Stuttering John the day of the big interview.
Is it? Is that
and everyone's
stupid?
like, oh, you fucked with his money. I didn't touch his money. He made more money because of me. Everybody do.
John wasn't going to come on your show so you guys could be friends and talk sports.
Correct. Why wouldn't I put out a video shitting on John leading up to our debate that we were going to have? He's insane. Yeah. Could you imagine a presidential debate? Trump's talking all good about Joe Biden for a week leading up to it. He's actually doing a swell job, this guy.
Yeah.
I think he should get reelected. He's pretty good.
Tyson and Holyfield having lunch that Saturday afternoon.
What is Carrot talking about? This is retarded, and he's blatantly lying. Yeah. He's blatantly lying. So now he's going, all I do is comment on a clip. We just played it. You told John not to do my show. And then you said, if you do a show, make sure you get $1,000 up front.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Tookie would like to say, whoever is in charge of inflating Mike Buschetti, please stop. He's at the maximum PSI. He's going to explode.
Yeah, I know. Mike Buschetti is not looking great. He's not in the best shape of his life like John is.
He's not long for this world.
He's not long for this world like John's in peak physical form right now, as he's claimed. Mike Buschetti, not so much. So that's too bad. All right. So this is all my fault somehow. I love the way he's spinning this. He made the show even better. This all happened despite him trying to sabotage it. And now he's trying to pretend that, oh, no. Because I told John not to do it, that's why all the people watch the show. We had 3 times the number of live viewers that KB gets on these shows. So he can't say that he got all these people. Like, we had a lot of people anticipating the show, excited for it, which is why a lot of people are kind of pissed. There's a lot of FKB going on in the chat lately because he tried to fucking ruin this thing that people wanted to see. People were excited about it.
The point is, Carl's whole show is watching other people's shows and commenting on them, usually condescendingly. So again, Carl should have waited to put out the clip. I wasn't looking for a clip. I sat down to eat my chicken cordon bleu, and all of a sudden this clip comes up. Bob had texted me that they were doing a show today, so I'm like, that's odd that he would put out and I looked at the time, and he had been out for like 4 hours. So it was released that day. And I'm like, if this is your big fucking Richard Nixon, David Frost interview, maybe you should keep your fucking clips to yourself about how you're shitting. Mike, Mike, shut the fuck up. If you're going to shit on Stuttering John, why don't you wait till the interview's over and then put out the clip? So somebody like me, and I wasn't fucking with his money. I was literally saying, John, you should get a guaranteed money because Carl's going to play you. Just like Chad played you, just like Shuley played you. So I would get guaranteed money. I wouldn't trust them. Charles probably going to lie about how much they made. But the fact of the matter is, Carl's an idiot for putting out a clip where he's shitting on Stuttering John when he couldn't, when he's doing an interview with Lisa Jordana. Lisa Jordana is a fucking clown, if that's her name. We had her on. She was like the worst guest we ever had. But of course, Carl has to shit on Stuttering John because he's a hack. And then I just commented on it.
No.
I'm not allowed to comment on it?
You didn't just comment on it. I love that only Karen thinks that this is my fault. I fucked something up. He's the only person who thinks this. And you can tell he doesn't even believe it. Because he's making up lies. He's making up lies about what he said, what happened.
This is gaslighting, by the way, John.
This is what gaslighting is. Correct.
Yeah, it's the whole money thing pisses me off because it's based on this is nothing.
Right. I used to be a partner at a multi-million-dollar company. I'm not a guy who's looking to make an extra $300 off of Stuttering John. I don't give a fuck about that. I'd much rather have round 2 with Stuttering John. And we'll get into all of that shit when we talk about Stuttering John in a little bit, because that's another annoying thing. Working with John is not easy. It's not an easy thing. I'm trying, though. I'm trying my best. So now, the other thing that KB is doing here is now he's trying to say, so he tuned in to the show, and he saw the portion where I grabbed my acoustic guitar to try to figure out this amazing song that John had written about Patrick Melton. And so now KB is going to spin this, that the entire show was just us being best pals.
So far, the only thing he's done right is telling Mike to shut the fuck up. So
I know.
Just want to point that out.
And Mike Buschetti, if you're shaped like that, why is the camera pointed at your stomach? Why wouldn't he point the camera up in his face? Like, look at the way I'm framed right now. I am not a skinny man.
Yeah, but
the way I'm framed, you don't know that.
Mike's body language says, I don't want to get up to adjust the camera.
It's insane.
No.
It's insane. The disproportionate size of his head. Yeah. All right. This isn't about
He's a sack puppet.
This isn't about Mike Buschetti. If Mike Buschetti had Tookie's voice, he'd be the biggest star on the internet.
Whoa!
Like Trish.
So I comment on it, and then Carl gets all mad. What are you doing commenting on a clip? That's your whole show, you hack. And I did you a fucking favor.
You know how I know he's lying? He keeps repeating it over and over again. Mm-hmm. Like you said, this is what gaslighting is. He goes, all I did was comment on a video that I saw. That's what you do. That's not all you did. You know that for a fact. Everyone on the show, except for Mike Buschetti, who's out of it, knows that. I mean, obviously, Bob knows that. Adam knows that.
This is some Zumach level shit.
I promoted your show like Don King style. You fucking hack. And then, like I predicted, they started playing guitar together. They pulled out guitars and they were playing. I remember Richard Nixon and fucking David Frost. Didn't they play harmonica together? You fucking hacks.
And someone pointed this out to me, which is very true. KB always comes in hot on his own show. he's pissed at Bob Levy or whatever it is. He comes in hot. By the end of the show, everything's calmed down. So I was trying to do something with John where we hashed things out. We had the debate. And then I said, okay, let's find some common ground. And actually what Kevin obviously doesn't understand is that I was goofing on John for writing the shittiest song I've ever heard in my life. A child would come up with this. He's trying to goof on Patrick Melton, who's over 300 pounds. And KB, this is why I pulled out the guitar, was to goof on John for coming up with this fucking song.
I come up with original ideas all the time. I write songs all the time.
And I love the setup, too. He's talking about how the dues payer doesn't do anything original. This guy does all sorts of original things, like strum a C chord into a G chord and then miss the D by a mile.
Duh.
Patty, 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 why do you eat so fucking much?
It sounds that guy who's playing Hot for Teachers, the greatest guitarist in the world.
Oh yeah.
Compared to what I just heard, he's missing all those chords. Okay,
This is an Atlantic Records recording artist.
correct. I don't know if you know this, but he once opened for Ted Nugent.
Wow.
I bet after the concert, Ted's like, "Hey, show me that lick again, John."
Yeah.
How do you do that?
C to a what?
Oh, I should point out too, because John still is claiming he's a better guitarist than I am, which is absurd after watching this, especially. So I went ahead and asked him a very simple question. Anyone who plays guitar has played guitar as long as he has. What are the 4 notes in a G major 7? John stared at his fretboard, started fingering a G7, which is a different chord than what I asked him, and then tried to figure out, it's like, G. I'm like, well, yep, that's one of them.
Yeah.
Yep. D. Correct.
7.
Well, if he would have said 7, it would have been B, and then he said F. And I go, well, that's wrong. It's an F sharp. But what? It's a fucking joke. That's not the point.
Right.
God damn it. Why am I talking about that again? The point is, look at how bad this is, KB.
Yeah, let's get back to one of his original ideas.
Do you see why I brought my guitar down here and pulled it out? Was to goof on this.
Patty, 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 Patty.
And aside from the guitar playing, that melody, that's like something you would sing to a dog around your house because you're bored.
Yes.
But he's geniusly rhyming fatty with patty.
No,
over
that
and
part's
over again.
amazing. You're right. That's the part that's amazing. But ba 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 ba. That's not a good melody, John. It's not impressive.
Why do you eat so fucking much?
I thought I was going to continue.
Well,
I'm the Mama Mac Davis here. See, Deucepayer, I can come up with things like that.
he's proud of himself.
I know. Only John would brag after that.
He's
instead of
proud of
burying
himself
that.
for that.
His
And
talents are endless.
it gets even crazier, Tookie, because he's like, you know what? I want to do that again. That was so good. Let me grab my guitar and do that again.
Encore!
Patty, 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 Patty. Why are you such a fat fuck?
What was that last chord?
E minor.
All right. I think I proved my point.
Yeah, you certainly did.
Deucepayer, I have a little acoustic guitar here, and I can come up with something like that. Boom!
Ukulele?
Is that insane? He's taking a victory lap after singing Fatty Patty and hitting the guitar's not in tune. He's not playing the chords correctly.
Yeah.
And he's taking a victory lap after that.
Meanwhile, if Shuli's actually watching this, he's in danger of dying of laughter.
Yes. Now, after we just saw him run through this twice, 10 minutes later, he goes, wait, what was that song I was just singing? Like he's gonna record this. It's gonna be on his new album, I think.
I forgot the lyrics.
Oh, Fatty Patty. I got to remember that. Well, I'll just play it back. Because that's, I like that. Patty, Patty. Okay.
He goes,
we're watching the process here.
He goes, oh my gosh, that was an amazing song I just came up with. I got to try to remember that. Oh, I can watch back and relearn the song that way. I wonder if he did go back and went, oh, Jesus, I thought that was good. The fuck was I thinking?
Don't forget the line, why do you eat so fucking much?
Yeah.
That was good.
That's really funny stuff. He's amazing.
It's fantastic. Well, who are you guys to speak? You don't even have words on your songs.
Yeah, got us there.
It's not that easy.
Damn it, Tookie.
Mm-hmm.
You got me again. The thing about not having a singer or words is that you have to play guitar licks the whole fucking time because that's the only thing that's going on.
Oh, okay.
Point that out in case people didn't know.
Tookie does not know.
Now, because KB told John not to go on the show and John blocked me and said he wasn't going to go on the show, I start sending out links to the video to Shuli and Bob, who I talked to that morning about it. I sent a link to Cardiff. I think I sent a link to Tookie. And because of that, when John left the stream to go watch the Yankees game, those guys popped on to talk about it. And let's see what Karen's take is on that.
And then as soon as the interview's over, all his boyfriends show up and they're like Shuli and Cardiff. They're like, hey, Carl, you were great. You played guitar way better than John. You won that round. The way you were strumming, that was incredible, Carl. You're a winner, Carl.
Mike, what do you think?
And then Carl's not going to be on my show anymore. What will I do? What will I ever do?
Well, you can get Mike Buschetti, so that's cool. You should be fine. He sounds very upset right now, doesn't he?
A little.
He seems a little bit upset about this. So he's just creating an entirely new narrative now. Karen is making up this new narrative that he helped the show, and then John came on and we played acoustic guitars together, and then Shuli and Cardiff came on and said I'm the best guitarist. None of this happened, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And all I said on the BS show, because Bob goes, you want to come on MLC today? This was on Thursday after he tried to sabotage the show. I go, no, I'm good. I don't think I need to go on that show. That's all I said. And now KB is sitting there going, well, I don't need Carl. I can get Mike Buschetti and Jim Stansel. I'm good. All right. If you say so. Let's get Mike Buschetti's take on all of this. He's obviously paying attention and following along with this. Can't wait to see what he thinks.
No, but Kevin, chicken cordon bleu. I remember we were eating chicken nuggets in comedy hour.
That's what you took from that whole fucking thing? Yeah. Chicken cordon bleu?
No,
chicken cordon bleu.
You have ostrich eggs and baked Alaska with
it? Chicken cordon bleu, Mike.
The only thing Mike heard was the food that Kevin was eating while he was watching the video.
Stopped listening.
The only thing he heard was food. He's just like, let's get back to talking about food, KB.
That's what he was trying to interrupt him for.
Yes, remember? Yeah. He's like, chicken cordon bleu, I love that.
Yay! Yes, and at the end of this episode, he asked Kevin if he could leave early because he wanted to go eat dinner.
Yes.
So, KB, I'm not saying you need me on your show, but you might need better guests than a guy who just...
He accepts all cookies.
Focuses in on chicken cordon bleu. It's everything that's going on. And now Karen is going to start calling me a piazza.
Oh, boy.
Now I'm the piazza.
Where's the right
piazzas? John was right in the first place. Carl is a little bit, Carl came in so mad yesterday on my show, he wasn't even slurping beer. That's how I knew he was mad. No sips for Carl.
That is how I know
no
when you're mad.
Carl. No sipping for Carl. That's how mad he was at me. He's like, I'm not even going to take a time to slurp on my brew.
Sick burn.
All right, until he hears what color your pool table is.
Don't tell him. I also don't have any kids. So all signs point to piazza. Here's more lying. And this shows that Kevin knows he's lying because he just keeps repeating the same lies over and over again.
Adam, what's Carl's show?
Who are these pods?
No, but what does he do on his show?
Well, he watches other people's podcasts and he breaks them down.
And he comments on them, right?
And he makes mirth.
Right, and he comments on them, right?
Yeah, 100%. It's very transformative.
Didn't I do that? And that's what I did with his clip yesterday. I watched it and then I commented on it on my show. That's basically Carl's fucking formula for success. People are mad at me, and then John came on, and then John came on, and then Carl came on, and they got a lot of publicity from it, and then everything worked out. But then Carl's still acting like he's mad. Carl, I will send you a link. We can play guitar together. We'll work it out. We can work it out. We can work it out. Like the Beatles song.
Yeah, I know that song.
This, again, Zumach style.
Yeah.
He spent a little too much time with Zumach because of me. I was bleeding for this show.
Right. I stole those credit cards so people would watch Mr. Love's Company. Yeah. That's why I stole the credit card. That's why I got into a fight at the bar.
The lie about the fight, yeah.
I was out trying to help you out. Right. KB's like, I told John to take more of your money and not do the show because I was trying to help you out, Carl.
Yeah. You're welcome, Carl.
Yeah, and now you're mad at me. And this lying is not going to work because it just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
It's just, I can't believe he thinks he can get away with this. Because I'm watching this. Everyone in the chat's just like, FKB, what's he talking about? He wasn't just commenting on a clip. He's just fucking lying. And he continues.
I don't know. Tookie's starting to believe maybe you did this to yourself, Carl.
Oh, he has like 2 or 3 shows that they do.
But that's his whole thing. He watches clips, and that's what I did. I watched a clip of his show. I commented. That's exactly what his show is. Except we didn't play the clip here. I just went from memory.
Notice how he never is bringing up how he literally, like you can say the word literally, told John not to do your show and hold out for more money after you already had a negotiation.
Right. And listen, Bob Levy, he doesn't have to stick up for me, but he could have said at one point, that's not true, KB.
Right.
You told John not to do the show. Actually, I think he did say it at one point.
I was going to say he was muttering something, but someone was a bit louder than him.
That's true. And so KB's strategy here is just to keep yelling the same lie over and over again. And Elisa Jordana, and just bring up all these non sequiturs that have nothing to do with anything. And he's also trying to really push this guitar narrative that this show that I did with Stuttering John, where we were screaming at each other at certain points, was just a kumbaya around the campfire.
Using me, John came on, then Carl came on, pretending to be mad, not sipping a beer. That's how I knew he was mad. And then all of a sudden they get all this publicity for their fucking 6 o'clock show where they're strumming guitars like Simon and Garfunkel.
But it almost didn't happen. I mean, John was looking for any way to back out.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you. I appreciate you being there and saying that, because Karen just pretending that this is all work and that he helped us out and we all planned this all along is nonsense.
Any way to back out.
No, he wasn't. He just wanted he wanted money.
He wanted money. He already made the deal with Carl.
What? Yes. So it was a shit deal. It was a shit deal. And how did he know Carl wasn't out? How do you know he wasn't getting played like when Chad and you guys were all playing John on that fateful Friday afternoon?
All right. It wasn't a shit deal. We decided to, and I'll say this. John left the show. I did another hour because I had to read through all the Super Chats. Cardiff was with me. Shuley and Bob were on there. And Super Chats continued to come in, and I still split all of the money with John. In fact, he got more than 50% of the money that I made from that show. And we did it on my channel because I have more subs, and we got a lot of eyeballs on it. It's behind a paywall. It already has 14,000 views. So this was not a shit deal. This was a good deal. John can't make that much money on his own. I helped him out.
It was a shit deal to Kevin, but it seemed to be okay for John.
Right.
And then Kevin just, I believe that Kevin started it as a joke, but John, being the pea brain that he is, started to realize, oh, maybe Kevin's right. And Kevin saw, oh shit, I got a real dummy on the line. Let me just see how far I can take this. I'm pissed off that I paid $3,000. Let me see if I can get Carl to pay $3,000. I'm 100% with you, you're not Tookie, Carl.
Thank you, Tookie. Let me just play this last clip here, because there's some misconceptions and people are claiming things that are just not true at all. And so I need to clear this up.
Not sure what fuck KB is about, but nothing lamer than Carl claiming channel strikes are acts of violence. What a piazza. Yeah, well, Carl has a lot of...
Look, if you're making a living off of this, it is pretty fucked up to do. It really is, to get somebody's channel taken down. I don't believe in that shit.
Who's taking channels down?
John was trying to take his channel down. He was trying to get at least 2 strikes on it, or he did.
Yeah, because he was using his content. Also,
you can do that. You're allowed to do.
Okay, so you're allowed to strike a guy's channel. It's a free country.
I know, but it's not. It's not.
No,
it's not what I believe in.
If somebody's whole network is basically going after you, and Carl's talking about John's kids and his family.
All right, not true. Not true. This is the thing that I'm pissed off at John. When he tried to get my Patreon taken down, this is where I make most of my income. This is how I feed myself. When he tried to get my Patreon taken down, it wasn't for it was for copyright strikes one of the times. But the other time was because people were using gamer words in Discord. And we had, at the top tier, a connection between Discord and Patreon. So John, looking through the terms of service, or someone probably tipped him off to this, wrote into Patreon and said, this guy is breaking the terms of service. There's gamer words on his Discord that connects to Patreon. Now, KB probably doesn't fucking know this, but a lot of people have lost their Patreon. People who are making a lot more money than I make on Patreon got to take it down for things that happened outside of Patreon because Patreon decided to start censoring things. There are certain words people use that get them canceled out of life. I don't use them. KB does because I've seen those clips floating around. I don't use those words. Some rando, maybe it was Tab Burt, but I don't know, some rando in our Discord server is using these words, and then John is using that to try to get my Patreon taken down. Do you understand the difference between copyright strikes and trying to have someone's income taken away from them because a Discord server that they did not set up has people in there using words that they don't like or pretending they don't like? That was another thing I talked to John about. Fucking grow up. Jesus Christ. You think if I police my Discord, does that end racism? What if I delete my Discord? Is racism all over? Good. Maybe I should do that then to end racism.
It's worth a shot.
No! Tookie!
No.
I was being sarcastic!
Oh!
It's not worth a shot. It's stupid. It's not going to end racism.
Words hurt.
No, they don't. Sticks and stones hurt. Dookie.
Right.
You fucking idiot. Right. You dumb fucking stupid puppet. You dumb piece of shit puppet. You fucking idiot. Words don't hurt. Why are you crying?
Because your words hurt me.
This puppet's really a pain in my ass right now.